So we're going to see it now. Of course, Andy, as you mentioned, heavy fireball game. It worked out for Kusanagi up against Vicaron on both the Kage and the Sakura. Of course, this will be the Ken now. But, I mean, Andy has shown uncharacteristic expertise in the fireball game with Ken. So we're going to see if Vicaron can kind of bypass that with some of the knees, whether he uses the enhanced fireballs of his own with Urien. I mean, that's something we talked about in that previous set, though, right? But could he have taken this intel from the Kusanagi set and apply it here? I mean, I feel like he's going to need to.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And look, I mean, last time they played it, it's not like it was a blow-up. It was 2-1 Vicaron. So, I mean, Andy took a game there. Yeah. That was, of course, to qualify for top 8. We saw that yesterday in the winner's side of top 16. So, yeah, I mean, it was close. I think it's going to be a close one still right here between these two. You know, and I think it's cool that it comes down to these three. These three have been some of my favorites to watch in this match, in this tournament, I should say. In particular, look, I mean, it's always a treat to watch Kusanagi. Such a strong player.
100%.
Super, super cool. But among the players who, you know, I've seen a couple times, but certainly haven't known as well before as somebody like Kusanagi, Andy really sticks out in my mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Been great to watch him.
Yeah, Andy, I was unfamiliar with him until Central America 1, where he got 5th place. Yeah. And, you know, I'm a big Ken fan, so I immediately try to take note of all the Ken players. And I'm like, wow, this guy was impressive in that top 8 here. He's only improved here. It went from 5th place to 3rd place, and now he's going to be trying to go even further than that, get that Capcom Cup berth, right? Of course, Gamma, the reigning defending champion, was in this top 8, but knocked out. So we're going to get a brand new qualifier. Make sure, of course, we would have got one regardless, but we were going to get a 1st place participant and a new Capcom Cup participant today. And I mean, we are going to get into that losers finals momentarily as well. Vicaron, again, coming down from that winners finals, losing to Kusanagi, and Andy Enigma really running rampant in the losers bracket today. We'll see if his momentum can carry him all the way to grand finals.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch. Losers finals of CPT Central America West 2. Up now.
And already you can see fireballs from both sides. And Vicaron actually using that V-Skill 1, so the enhanced fireballs off the table here. And the Enigma, of course, are really staying loyal to that V-Trigger 1 from Ken as well. We have not really seen the V-Trigger 2 at all, nor the V-Skill 2.
No, it's true. You do see Ken's picking those some days. Oh, he's going to be on the wrong side. Yes.
Yeah, I know certain Ken players really don't like the V-Skill 2, but even those Ken players usually use V-Trigger 2, so I'm definitely surprised Andy Enigma sticking with the stock stuff. And right now, oh, yeah, use that V-Skill. Armored up EX tackle. I mean, that's like one of the best moves in the game when it's armored up, you know? One hit of armor, 7-frame startup, just nasty stuff.
Oh, a challenge came. Vicaron out of there. V shifting away. He's probably going to be able to get another a trigger if Andy stays alive.
Yeah, man, we've seen this time and time again from Andy, though, right? Life deficit, fireballs. Just fireball, fireball, fireball. Actually, still
knockdown.
Still crouched, but the crouch medium kick. And, of course, he had that V-trigger available, right? So a classic button for Urien to press. Honestly, Andy Enigma probably noticed it at that last second and tried to move out of the range and got clipped. Of course, the proximity guard really does prevent you from moving just outside of that range during the startup of the buttons. He's going to end up sitting there and taking it.
These button times are working out great for Vicaron, who puts himself at a range that, you know, honestly, we've seen Andy be confident at. Like, this is the range. This is the range.
Yes.
That Andy has looked so good at against everybody.
Yeah, you can see him. He was trying to put out that stand medium kick as well. Maybe trying to catch the extended range of the fireballs. But right now, he hasn't found anything. Ooh, yeah, you see how early you can press that jump fierce as Ken.
And that's a risk versus charged up Urien.
It is most definitely. Wow.
Sick. Wow.
There's a walking out of the throw range and punishing with a crouch fierce. Very, very nice stuff from Vicaron.
Look at everything flashing down there at the bottom right. Andy would love to get in and make it happen. Ooh. No, he might have thought that he had canceled into like fireball or something, but it just wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, and because of that, Vicaron, just expert stuff right there. Keeping composed, walk in, walk out for the throw bait to punish with the throw himself. Yeah, that was definitely unfortunate for Andy. It kind of all came crashing down right there when he probably, as you mentioned, thought something was behind that stand light kick and it just didn't come out. V-trigger to follow it up, and unfortunately for him, it resulted in a loss. But Vicaron, off to a hot start again. He did put Andy Enigma into losers. So these guys have already played in this tournament once before. They got intel on each other. We'll see if Andy Enigma can start utilizing that some more effectiveness.
Good stuff. Again, Vicaron hit confirming, has the corner, and he has been strong in this exact spot that Andy, again, has been strong in against everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, Vicaron shutting down all these options. Look at it. Being very active, both the fireballs, the coral kicks, making sure that Andy always deals with something. But look at that. Andy's reactions have been so on point.
Okay, didn't work out. Going back to the spot. Now, okay, here's Andy being the one who's a little bit more active here. Yes, with punish, he's going to get the corner.
Oh, try for the throw bait attempt, but good stuff from Vicaron. Just waking up with a jab and then utilizing the mirror. Gonna have one more in his back pocket. Try to get the throw going, but Andy teched for his life.
Oh, so good. Here's Andy.
All the way in the corner here. You got to guess for game. Oh, he tried to challenge the plus frames, but Andy Enigma, once again, we've seen the conservative style paying off. Despite the plus frames on a fireball, not pushing his advantage too recklessly, too carelessly. Knew that Vicaron had an opportunity to pop off, and he did.
Got there in time. That was right on the margins, but Andy uses it. He was worried again.
Was definitely respecting it. Who tried to double dash to close that distance. And Andy's got to be careful here. He's been doing a great job playing patiently, but getting a little bit too anxious could cost him some health.
Oh, he chased great right there. Yeah, that was kind of the end of dive kick.
Oh, just outside the range, but a pop-off. I like that from Vicaron, recognizing that it was a stand roundhouse. So not much Ken usually does off that besides run.
That was a counter hit, actually, which meant that Andy could have had an answer. Here's Andy now, pressuring. Yes. No EX on Vicaron's side. He can't do it, and there's Andy dashing in all of a sudden. To contrast that with the end of the previous round. Now, there was EX to contend with in the previous round. But still, the difference in style between patience, waiting off the block, baiting, and then the end of this round where he dashed forward all of a sudden in a situation where definitely Vicaron could have checked.
Yep.
Just didn't expect it.
Exactly.
So I love that change by Andy.
Way to switch up the rhythm, really throw off your opponent, right? Just playing off their expectations from your previous conditioning. That's how fighting games go, and that's why Andy is here. He's in top 3 for a reason. Both these players extremely good at adjusting to the opponent after conditioning them.
Andy jumping rarely. There's one.
Yeah, we have seen him mainly stick to the ground so far.
And that's been the case for the most part throughout the top 8.
Yeah, a lot of grounded play, not too much
This is the Andy that we've seen before. Yeah, exactly this guy. No cancel.
Surprise, yeah, definitely could have gone to the light Tatsu, some type of EX follow-up either way. Oh no, the stand heavy hit gets skipped. Oh, and leaves him in throw range as well. Good stuff from Vicaron. Has the V-trigger on deck. Yeah, gonna pop it after the EX tackle, but just gets thrown for his trouble.
Yep. Andy taking his turn well.
Oh no.
It's not enough.
And didn't have any EX meter to enhance the combo.
Oh, yeah, Andy's got to wait that out at least. But if he could... the timing was genius!
Bro.
Oh, my God.
And how did he know the frame it would break?
Dude.
Oh, my goodness. He's not biting on the throw bait attempt. He goes to the back throw again. You got to be worried about Chip, but he does have the V reversal. Oh, that's why he's going to go raw after that. Good stuff from Andy. He's like, bro, you don't have another EX meter. You can't use invincibility to blow through this. Just takes the chip. Very smart.
I love how that round went. Honestly, super interesting decisions on both players' sides. Andy coming out on top.
Oh, the fireball just outside that too. Yeah, Vicaron has definitely been button happy when he's recognized Ken is hitting him at distances where he's not going to be able to follow up with anything. So I like Andy just like fireballing after stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, the V-ship gets him out of dodge for just a second, but still working towards this corner. Vicaron, oh, you saw the start with a fireball.
Oh, great check. Still keeping his eyes open. Andy has trigger now. And maybe needs to be a little bit worried. Yeah.
Oh, just a slight hesitation on both sides, and Andy decided to go with the crouch medium kick. All right. Fakes the overhead, but tries to go low, and it gets blown up. Man, yeah. Good thing, good thing. Yeah, that crouch light kick, of course, because it came later, it did get clipped by the EX headbutt. A lot of time when you meaty with that button, they'll recover in time before the EX headbutt connects. But big, oh my goodness, the mid-air punish like that.
Okay, all right.
The reset in the corner as well. That's going to be on the verge of stun. And the one jab will result in a kill here. Charged heavy kick, got the meter he needs to. Yeah, done.
Absolutely textbook stuff from Vicaron. Fantastic punish directly into a situation where, you know, look, Ken had just done EXDP. Maybe another one was going to come. My guess is that Andy tried to press the button, hoping that his opponent would think, oh, I got to play fish. No, Vicaron was there challenging, and he knew. So he goes up 2-1. So if this had been in top 16, this is, again, a Vicaron winning 2-1.
True. Oh my goodness, and he tried to test Andy Enigma. Thought he would go with the 99-second fireball, but Andy staying on the ground. Actually ended up faking it and then going with the DP after. Oh my goodness, what a whiff punish. Ridiculous. He said you can't run. We're back to back with the knees. We've seen that so many times with Vicaron. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's up there.
Side switching every which way. Looking like Dante Martin.
Giving a little bit of space in there, and he does again.
And Andy sniffing out the attempted bust out. Now on the verge of tying the set up.
And they've done that both to each other now in just the last couple of rounds.
You can see Andy still holstering those fireballs. Definitely.
And still rarely jumping.
Yeah, exactly, right? Despite Vicaron really starting to establish his own fireball game, we don't see Andy risking jumps.
And now, I was just going to say EX is definitely a big threat.
Right through the fireball here for the knockdown, but no more meter. Oh. Coral kick violence from long distance, trying to make deals.
Wow.
Oh.
But actually, fantastic punish right there by Vicaron.
Yeah, most definitely. Again, we talked about that. From that distance, you really need the EX Tatsu if you can.
Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it is mad deceptive. Gets the overhead as well. On the verge of stun here. You got to guess for game fam if he does stun you. Puts the fireball, and that's going to at least prevent the stun from depleting. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Vicaron with the knockdown. That's, wow.
He actually did
3. Yeah, sick.
My man stood still, neutral on the stick. Oh, the mirror! Get that out of here.
That was amazing timing.
No heavy kick Tatsu for you. Oh my goodness, just recovers from the throw.
He definitely still EX to get in there, and you see Andy throwing so few fireballs right now. He's worried about that option.
Yeah, he finally threw one last fireball because of the V trigger. It was about to run out.
That armor still.
Oh! The recognition right before he landed and just waited for a second. Wanted to see if Vicaron was going to bring out the EX head, but didn't and committed to the back throw. Going to a final game here in our losers finals.
Even in that end of game situation where Urien had V-skill charged, where he had meter, he could have brought out EX to get through the fireball, for example, or just could have done it, right? It's safe and super fast. Nevertheless, Andy was able to move forward, get through, get right back in. I mean, it took him a little while, but to get back in. So he is looking really strong, sending it to game 5, and now it sounds like we've gone back to the lobby. I'm not looking for a character switch here. Maybe just a little bit of respite, just a little bit of cooldown.
I think that's what it is for sure. I don't even think he's going to switch the V-skill, right? Like, of course, you can switch it to get the or he's using V-skill 1 for the Urien, right? So he could get the enhanced fireballs going if he wants, but that V-skill 1 has done so much work already. We've seen it utilized with the EX tackle time and time again to really blow up what Andy wants to establish, and I think he's going to stick with that. Yeah. Like you said, just kind of resetting the momentum a little bit. It is 2-2, so we're going into the last game. Want to make sure the network conditions are as ideal as possible, too, so perhaps just going back to the room to make sure they get the best possible match going.
Look, 2-1 last time. Vicaron was up 2-1 this time, but that's not what matters this time. What matters is who gets the 3 first, and it could still be Andy. So any switches at all?
No, sir.
No. Yeah, none to be expected. Here we go.
All stock stuff. Still V-Trigger 1, V-Skill 1 for both sides. Again, this is 2-2. Winner goes on to face Kusanagi for that Capcom Cup spot. Let's get into it.
Starting off much the same way that they had. Andy throwing one fireball, a little bit patient. Vicaron, same idea.
Oh, the fireball's coming in. You can see Vicaron trying to put out some jabs, maybe fake fireballs of his own, but instead ate some damage because of it. Still works his way in.
He did jump, and I'm telling you, Urien players are ready for that down fierce.
Always. Always seems to come after a dash forward, too, where they avoid the jump.
Yeah.
So smart.
Can he get there in time? Not quite, and also not there on the whip punish. However, it works out in his favor.
Oh, and then the throw made it successful. Didn't make him pay for too much. Ended up actually throwing him out of the corner. Vicaron here, and yeah, he's going to feel pretty okay about that. I think he wants to get to that V-trigger before he pops off with a special move. But gets opened up.
Oh! He just built it right there on that step kick.
I love it from Andy Enigma. Not even give Vicaron a chance to really bust out with that EX tackle, just taking the fight to him instead. Oh, speaking of EX, mad that he didn't get to do it last round. Just pops off in 99 seconds.
This is what I was thinking about last time.
Oh, the dash forward. Yeah, he'd been establishing the fireball game from that distance so much. Gonna allow him to bully his way in via these other ways.
Andy forced to just hold some offense.
Oh,
Link, he had, no, a little bit too far, a little bit too far. Oh, the down fierce did whiff. Now Andy worried about a wake up, nothing came.
Yeah, because of that, Vicaron in a major control here to send us to a final round here. One more to see who goes into Grand Finals, who gets that spot for Capcom Cup. Of course, both these players going home with some cash, but only one will continue.
Using it to move in. Vicaron blocking. It is hard to get a read on what he's going to be doing next. Even though it's very grounded play, it's not like he's jumping. Well, he's doing. Whoa, yeah, he does finally get the big jump in here in this final round.
That's huge for Vicaron. No counter hit on that crouch medium punch. Oh, EX just to avoid.
Whiff punish and not into much. So now with a red bar, Andy.
He actually traded with that EX tackle. That's not that bad for Andy. Did eat some damage, but at least he doesn't get knocked down here. And Vicaron, you can see, really confident in his lead right now. V-shifting, surrendering the Aegis earlier. Gets a back throw as well. This is huge. Oh, tries to walk him and throw him one more time, but Andy gets the hard knockdown on the fireball. This is big.
Gotta run it. God, this is the chance right here. Either way. Again? How many times?
Oh, he got him reaching, but he didn't take advantage of it. Tried for the neutral jump after, not going to give it to him. Just establishes a mirror.
Oh, what a bad spot.
Oh, my goodness. And he tried to throw, committed to it, and Vicaron standing just outside the range until he cracked and then punished him. Oh, 3-2. Great stuff. Yeah, with that mirror just on top of you like that, you know, on the wall, you are not the finest of them all. No, you did not, you were not the one that summoned it, my man.
Oh, that's such a bad spot to be in. But you look, hats off to Vicaron. He again beats Andy, sending him both the losers and then out of the tournament. And I loved it. This entire losers runs, go back and check out the bracket, right? How many of these have been 3-2? We did see Andy take out El Tigre 3-0. Yes. After that, other than that, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, all the way through. Wow, what a fantastic top 8 this has been as a spectator.
Yes.